Yeah. You know what it is. That victory talk. First episode of the year. You know what it is. Let's get it. You know what it is, man. Victory talk. First episode of 2023. We got a lot to talk about, man. AI taking over the world. Andrew Tate got arrested. You got goals you want to accomplish. We trying to make some money. We trying to come up. It's going to be a big episode, man. Let's get into it. I don't know about y'all, but I like that intro song more and more every time I hear it. I made that beat back in the day, man. I played the guitar. That's me playing the guitar. I was playing the drums on that shit. The bass. Back, you know what I'm saying? I used to be good at production and music. Anyway, it's 2023, man. All right? It's time to get it popping. It's time to get it popping out here, man. Like, a lot of things have changed over the last few years. My man, Andrew Tate, he went straight to the top, and now he's in jail. Kanye West went from being a straight up billionaire to being straight up crazy. Man, there's a lot of stuff that happened this year, man. I don't even know what the biggest event was. You know, we're going to get into it. In this episode, we're going to go over, I'm going to give the award for Baller of the Year. Faller of the Year. Like, who had the worst year? I'm also going to, someone said I should spit some bars. Yo, should I spit? Hey, yo. Nah, fuck. Nah, they ain't ready, man. They ain't ready. I retired. No, I'm just messing with you. All right. But yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. But first, man, we got to talk about, what did we say was going to be first?
We're going to do the habits of the winner.
First we got to talk about habits of a winner. All right. So I'm assuming you guys got big goals you want to accomplish this year. I'm assuming you want to ball. Some of you want to ball hard, like me. And if you're going to actually accomplish your goals this year, right? If you really want to take it to the next level, you got to have goals and you got to have a plan, right? So I want you to take out a piece of paper right now. Write this down. This is not a video that you just watch. This is an action item. I'm going to give you actionable ways to accomplish your goals this year. All right? Get your pens and pads out. It's teaching time. A lot of y'all know we was off last week. We wasn't here last week because I'll let Nima tell you why we wasn't here.
So what happened is...
What happened was, man, they trying to... No, go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, I was in Puerto Rico.
Ooh, must be nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And
yeah.
I was supposed to be here for a Monday, so we were prepared for the Tuesday episode, but all the flights got canceled, and I was stuck there for like 3-4 more days. It was a chaos.
Like, seen somebody get fired on air? No, I'm just joking. All right, you got goals you want to accomplish, things you want to get. All right, I'm about to show you guys how to get them, man. Give me a second. I'm not as prepared as I want to be, but this is going to be a fantastic lesson. I promise you that. I assure you, this is going to be life changing. All right, give me a second. Let me pull something up. 1 second. Just need something.
Someone just said I would have taken a boat.
Yeah. Somebody who was send the applications. All right. So check this out. Let me get the tablet. All right. So here's the biggest mistake people make is they try to set a bunch of goals for the year. And I think that's stupid as hell. All right. You need to have one main goal. One main goal. And this is critical because, man, think about all them years you set, goals every New Year's at the end of the year. And think of how much stuff you didn't accomplish, right? Because you're scattered. You're all over the place, But if you focus in on one thing, if you focus in on one goal, you can hit that, right? And to be clear, that main goal should be an income goal. It should be an income goal. There's nothing more important than getting money. I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it all the time, right? If you had more money, you'd live in a better house. If you had more money, you'd send your kids to a better school. If you had more money, you'd do more things for your parents. If you had more money, you would go on vacations. The way you went on vacations would be different, right? Instead of flying Spirit and shit, middle seat in Spirit, right? You'd fly private if you had unlimited resources, right? Money makes your decisions. You think you make your decisions, but you don't. You don't. I know somebody, man, who had a cat. They really loved this cat, but the cat needed like an operation or something. But it cost like $5,000, and that was a lot of money for this person. Motherfucker, let their friend die. You know what I'm saying? Can't shit happen to my cats. I ain't got a cat, but if I had one, it's gonna take a lot more than $5,000 to kill it. He let his friend die because he ain't have enough money. Money makes your decisions. You think you do. You think you make your own decisions, but you don't. Money makes your decisions. That's why your main goal should be an income goal. All right. But there's other parts of that, right? So you're going to have what I call support goals. Right? And then, did I spell support right?
Yes.
Nice. Shout out to me. All right. And then you're going to have result goals. What do I mean? Okay. So support goals are going to be goals that are going to help you accomplish the main goal. And your main goal should be an income goal. All right. So let's say you wanted to start an online training business. You want to make money as an online trainer. You want to make 10K a month. No problem. One of the support goals would be to get in better shape. Does that make sense? Right. So all the goals on this side should be to help you accomplish the main goal, and all the goals on the results side, where once you get that 10K a month, right, you might move out your mama's house. That's a result goal, because once you accomplish the main goal, you'll be able to get that. Does that make sense? Is everyone getting that? Right. So a main goal, support goals, and result goals. But then there's offensive, defense, right? Hold on for a second. Yeah. All right. Right. And the offensive goal, is offense spelled with an O or an A?
Oh.
Okay. I have dyslexia, everyone, like legitimate dyslexia, and I'm still rich. So imagine what you can do with a functioning brain. All right. So offensive goal would be things you need to do to actually hit that goal. So we're going to stay with the 10K a month, right? We're going to stay with the 10K a month goal, right? And right. So something offense that get in shape, get in great shape would be an offensive goal, right? The defense, right, would be things that you need to do to make it so to prevent things that can happen that can deter you from your goal, right? So defensive goal may be you gotta, I don't know, let me think. A defensive goal may be to dump your nagging girlfriend, right? If she out here tripping, maybe you got to dump her so you can focus more on your goals. You know what I'm saying? Because she can prevent you from hitting it. That's just an example. There may be something else, right? So offensive defense, right? Then you have goals. Then for the result goals, you have goals for others, right? Then you have goals for self. Result goals for others, result goals for self, right? So a result goal for others, and maybe the whole reason you want to be an online trainer is because you want to help more people accomplish their goals. You got a love for changing people's lives. So maybe you want to get 20 transformations, help 20 people get in great shape, right? That'd be a goal for others. Or maybe you want to buy your mom a car. Like one of my students bought his mom a car on Mother's Day, right? Something like that. The goals you want to get for yourself is maybe you want to move out your mama's house, right? Maybe you want to get you a AP, right? You know, whatever, right? These are things you want to do for your result goals for you and result goals for others. Does that make sense? That's enough. You don't need to have a whole bunch of other shit going on in your life, right? All you need is one main goal. Hold on. One main goal. Then you have goals to support that goal, both offense and defense. And then you have goals that are results of the main goal. Goals for other people, altruistic goals, and then goals for yourself, more selfish goals, right? You need both. Is everyone getting this so far? This is critical, but it has to be one main goal. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's got to be something that's serious, and it should be an income goal. Because if you make enough money, everything else you want will either be easier or unnecessary. You get what I'm saying? Seriously, think about anything you want in your life, anything you want to accomplish, anything you want to do for other people. If you had enough money, it would be easier or unnecessary, right? You know what I'm saying? Or at least it would be easier. If you want to do something for your family, for yourself. My man said he wanted to stop smoking. Somebody said they wanted to stop smoking. If you had enough money, I don't know, how would you do that? How would you use money to help you stop smoking? You probably smoking because you stressed. And if you had enough money, you wouldn't be as stressed, right? And it would be easier to stop smoking. Now, you got your main goal. Now we got to plan this thing out. All right, bro. Now we got to plan this thing out. What the fuck? All right, hold up. This is what happens when you miss a week. You get rusty. That's All right, let's plan this thing out. Let's game plan this thing. All right. So you got your main goal. All right. Oh, shit. You can blame that mistake. All mistakes can be blamed on Nima. All right. So you got your main goal. Boom. But you're going to have to do shit to accomplish that goal. Right? And we're going to call these tasks. All right. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. Now you're going to have two kind of tasks. All right. You're going to have your one-time task. Right. And then you're going to have habits. Right. Most of the achievement you're going to accomplish is going to come from your habits. Well, I spelled I spelled it right, but that shit looks crazy. Let me try that again. Then you're going to have habits. Most of your achievement in life is going to come from your habits. Your whole life is a result of your habits. When you see somebody in great shape, me, you know that person eats right and works out habitually. It's not something he did once. You know what I'm saying? Your whole life is a result of your habits. Everything you have, everything you accomplish, both good and bad. Make no mistake, all the problems in your life, you are responsible for. All right. So you're gonna have one-time goals, and then one-time things. Like, for example, let's say the goal was you wanted to, we're gonna stay with you want to make some money, 10K a month. All right. So maybe you gotta buy somebody's course, right? I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Maybe you got to buy somebody's program. Fuck. All right, I don't want to say buy a program because everybody's going to hate on that. Like a one-time task. I'm trying to think because it's going to be mostly habits, honestly, right? Okay. You want to start a business. Boom. You got to set up LLC. Boom. All right. Then you got to set up bank accounts. Right. Then you have to, business plan, write business plan. You got to do that too. There's more to it, but these are things you have to do once. All right. Boom. Habits. Right. These are things you're going to do like pretty much every day. Right. When I say every day, I mean every day, 7 days a week. Especially if you're starting this shit, man. You can't be out here fucking around, taking days off like the fucking poor people. Right. Habits. So let's say, okay, you got to reach out to 20 leads. 20 leads. You got to do your lead gen. Boom. Right. Let's say, I don't know, maybe you have to post to social media. Post to IG. Right. Boom. Maybe something else you have to do every day as a business person. I'm trying to think of the stuff I do every day. I mean, I have it all written down, but it's going to be different, because when you talk about millions and 10K a month, these are two different things. Post to IG, right? Okay. Let's get serious. All right. Shout out to Spencer. It's the homie. You got to post to IG every day. Boom. Maybe you got to check on your ads. Maybe you run ads. Cool. You got to change them every day. All right, cool. I'm just going. There's more to it, but this is what I'm gonna write. All right. Now it's going to be a lot more than this, especially on the habit side. These are things you're going to do every day. Your whole life's going to be a result of your habits. Now, here's where it gets beautiful. Don't show my screen until I'm ready. All right, check this out. All right, cool. So now we have this down, right? So first you could take your one-time task. All right. So what I recommend you do is go into Google Calendar. Boom. Now, when you're going to set up the LLC? Tomorrow, because you a G, right? Bam. You put in when you're going to do it. Start bright and early, 9 a.m. All right. You never did this shit before. Let's give yourself more time than you think you need. Boom. 2 hours. See, here's the thing that people don't talk about. Everyone talks about making a plan, and that's cool, right? Because here's the parts of accomplishing a goal. You set the goals, write down everything you need to do to accomplish the goal, put a deadline on it. But what nobody fucking tells about, what nobody talks about is like putting in your calendar when you're going to do it. That's the most important part. Like actually planning your day, your week, your month out. All right. So let's go back here. All right. So, all right, that's when you're going to set up the LLC. When you're going to set up the bank account, all right, it might take a few days for the LLC to come back. So let's give myself 2 days. Then you're going to go to the bank, set up bank account. Do that at 9 a.m. too. Oh, here's a little pro tip. I like to put emojis in my calendar. You don't have to, but that shit I like to. Boom, let's get this money. All right. Oh, I misspelled it, whatever. All right, set up your bank account. All right. Now, then we have right business plan. You can do that shit. Boom, right? You set up right business plan. That's probably gonna take your goofy ass a long time because you ain't never did it before. Set. Oh, sorry. Right business plan. All right. Now your shit is starting to look professional, starting to look like you mean business. So give yourself 4 hours, 2 hours for this. Give yourself 4 hours for this task. Yeah. Now your shit is starting to look like it makes some sense, right? It's not just a dumbass plan you have. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. Put your habits in your calendar. See, every time I talk to somebody and they're trying to form a new habit, and say, yeah, I'm supposed to do this every day, but I ain't been doing it. Oh, I always say to them, oh, well, is it in your calendar? And they say, no. Well, of course you're not going to fucking do it, bro. You don't have a plan. You don't have a fucking plan. All right. So 20 leads a day. Maybe you'll start this on, we'll go to Thursday. Boom. Start that bright and early. Let's start that, man, get up early, man. Fuck this shit. Reach out to 20 leads, 7 a.m. Let's go. All right. Now let's give yourself 2 hours to do that. Boom. Now here's where it gets beautiful, right? Does not repeat. Set that shit up to repeat daily. Right? Now look at it. Look at your week. Oh, it's there every day. Fantastic. All right. I got to post IG. You know, I have some people be like, oh man, I don't be I'm supposed to post IG, but I don't do it. Like people who call themselves wanting to be an online trainer. Like, well, is it in your calendar? No. Of course you're not going to do it. Right? Post. Oh. Boom. Now, give yourself, it shouldn't take more than an hour. And then make that shit repeat daily. Why the fuck not? Now you see how it's set up, right? You got to check on your ads. Check that shit in the morning, bro. Let's go. All right. And then you repeat that shit every day. Right? When I ran my own ads, I looked at the performance every day. It was one of the first things I did. All right. Boom. Now. All right, cool. Now let's say you did that for all your goals, for all your one-time tasks and all of your habits, right? Do this first. Okay. Then you go and plan the rest of your fucking life around this. Right? So let's go to the next week. Oh man, look at this. When I'm supposed to do my recurring tasks, my habits, it's already in the calendar. But I probably got more habits than this, right? Got to work out. When I'm going to work out, I don't know. Let's call it, I know some of you guys like to work out in the afternoon. Cool. Let's just say workout. Boom. Give yourself an hour. Let's make it 5. And then just make it repeat. Change the color though. So I like to change the color from like personal shit, from work shit. You can do whatever colors you want, but we're gonna call this workout. We're gonna call this green. Boom, repeat now it's in there. Now it's in there, right? And then, you know, let's say you got to spend some time with your girlfriend, right? You got to talk to these people sometimes, right? So, boom. Boom, girlfriend time. Let's go. Put that in there. You know, maybe you want to see it every day, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on what you got going on. But you can modify. You can go to custom. Say, nah, man, I'm gonna see her. I'm gonna see her on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Cool. Bam. Now it's in there. You know what I'm saying? And then you do that for everything, for every part of your life. You have your whole shit planned out. You get what I'm saying? Don't show my calendar yet. Don't show my calendar. Don't show my. I just gonna give you like what this kind of looks like. But I just want to. This shit kind of looks like. Hold up. Don't show it yet. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing crazy over here. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. All right, so I think this looks good. All right, cool. Like you can show my calendar, right? So this is like next week. Oh, it's planned out. Look, 5 a.m. shower, workout, boom. Practice some shit, you know, deep work. You know, I got work. I work out multiple times a day. Short, it's a different thing. I got my lunch ready. Lunch and I take a walk. Then I got all my meetings, you know? And here's the thing. Call mom, right? You know, everything that's important is in the calendar. Victory Talk podcast, you know, dinner, boom, 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 boom. I got shit going on, man. Spanish lessons. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast, lunch, you know what I'm saying? The whole shit is planned out. Start from 4 and then got ready for bed, man. You know what it is. All right. Because I'm serious about this shit, man. I'm serious about accomplishments, you know? You feel me? And it's going to come from your habits, right? And if you do these things every day and if you plan out your life and follow it, you'll accomplish your goals. It's very critical. All you have to do, recap. You're going to set one main goal. Then you're going to have goals that support the main goal, right? Right, both offense and defense. You're going to have result goals and the things you'll do for other people, things you're going to do for yourself. But it's all around the one main goal, and it should be an income goal, right? Because if you have enough money, everything's easier or unnecessary, right? Then you're going to take the goal down, break it down into tasks. There's two types of tasks. There's one-time tasks, and then there's habits, all right? You're going to write them all out. Then you're going to go in your calendar and put in when you're going to do them. The habits you're going to set up to be recurring on whatever dates they recur, right? And the one-time task, you're going to put it in there, okay? Once you have that, then you do the rest of your life. You know, when you're going to work out, I have when I'm going to eat lunch every day, when I'm going to go to sleep, what time I'm going to wake up, my workouts, right? You plan the rest of your life around your main goal. And that's how you hit it. I've been doing this for years. That's why I'm rich as fuck. Straight up. Multi-millionaire shit, man. My business hit we hit record numbers this year. M's, multiple M's. They about to send me the ClickFunnels award for when you do over 10 million sales in a funnel. They just ClickFunnels keep sending me awards. I got a bunch of the $1 million awards, but them is baby steps. You feel me? Shout out to Russell. giving me all them awards and shit. That's what's up. It's just I don't have no place to put them. That's the one thing about success they never talk about. The biggest problem is like, where the fuck do you put all the awards? No one talks about that. It's the biggest problem, but we all have our crosses to bear. But to accomplish this, you're going to need discipline, right? And we're going to have another video somewhere around here about discipline. And it's probably the best video on the internet about how to cultivate discipline, right? That was for the edit when we make this into it. Are there any questions that should be addressed?
We do. We have some super chats, actually. Shout out to Germ. Thank you for the free game, BBC.
Yo, what up, Germ? Hey, you're welcome, Germ. And shout out, hey, man, shout out to you for coming through with that $5. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Wait a minute. This shit is labeled wrong.
That's what happens when you take a week off.
This is what happens when you take a week off.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Blame that on Nima.
Yeah, blame it on me.
Blame it on Nima.
We got Drew.
Big Drew.
Hey, Brandon. I have a sales recruiting job, which I have a big goal for this year. I also am trying to create my own internet business. How should I structure these goals? My sales job is number 1 and the side is number 2.
Yeah. Well, you got two goals that are opposite of each other. Right now, here's the thing. When you're trying to start a business, it's okay to have a job while you're starting a business. You got to decide which thing is going to be the main thing, though, right? And then you actually hit that the same way we talked about here, right? Whichever is the main thing is the main thing. You get what I'm saying? You know, you ever see somebody spinning plates, like one of the guys spinning plates at the circus or some shit, right? They only... Oh, yeah, we ain't going to make a video of this one because I fucked up. So I'm just going to answer it. All right, editors, don't make a video out of this. I'm not doing good. All right. You ever see a guy spinning plates and shit? He don't try to spin both at once, right? You got to get one spinning. Then you let it go. Then you can start spinning another one, right? But you got to get one of the plates spinning first. So you just got this job. I would focus all in on that job. Once that's to a point where it's like successful, then you go start your internet business. You know, here's the thing: if you made enough money at that fucking job, would you need to start another business? See, sometimes we make shit more complicated than it needs to be, right? Like, just take the quickest path to victory. You get what I'm saying? What else we got? I'll try to do better if we get another one. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yo, I didn't mean to hit the ha-ha. Why do I keep it? Yo, that shit is hitting on its own. It's Nima's fault. You know what I'm saying?
Studies show joining the Victory Unit Discord helps you achieve your goals.
Yo, man, that's a big fact. Shout out to my man Gregory. Weenie Trades. He's in the Victory Unit, the Discord. You know, he's one of the top traders. Him and Romulus, they in there helping us all make money, man. Getting this paper. You know what it is. Let's go.
We got Mills RG. What would you suggest for someone currently doing $150K per year in corporate? What's next?
Well, you know what, Millie G? It's not a video, guys. You know what, Millie G? I would have to know what your goals are. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to make your goals. I can't decide what your goals are going to be, right? You're making good money. You know, it's not, you know, so maybe that, like, I can't tell you how ambitious you should be, right? Maybe that's fine. I don't even know where you live. I don't know how much, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to know more about what you want to answer that question good. But yo, thanks for the super chat though. You know what I'm saying?
I like this question from Raphael. Dude, how you used to schedule, I'm sure that's a typo, schedule your life when you was hustling in 4 jobs. How to keep your gains while you're making a ton of physical work.
So I know a lot of you guys want to start businesses or you have really ambitious goals. However, you still have a regular job right now. And I kind of want to lay out the foundation of how you should do that by telling you how I did it, right? I built a multi 7-figure business. I built several multi 7-figure businesses, but it all started back when I had a job. I actually had 4 jobs at once, right? I used to wake up at like 4 a.m. and I would train people in the gym, shower in the gym, and then head to work security at the Prada store, right? And I would work there from like, I worked there from like 10 to 6, so it was an 8-hour shift, right? And then from there, I would work at my boy's moving company, right? I worked for a moving company after that, and that was like back-breaking labor, helping people move in and out of apartments in Manhattan, right? One thing people don't know is that a lot of buildings in Manhattan do not have elevators. So when you're moving people's shit in and out of their homes, you have to take the stairs. So it's back-breaking labor, right? And I did that 5 days a week, and on the weekends, I woke up early, trained people in the morning, showered at the gym, and then I was the weekend manager at my buddy's barbecue restaurant in Queens on Astoria Boulevard. And during that time, I was just hustling, making as much money as possible because it was right after my father shot himself in the head. So I had to like take care of the family and shit. And then also it was like around 2008 during the worst global recession since the Great Depression, right? So everything was fucked up. And I figured the only way to get out of it was to work out of it, work myself out of it, right? I have a college degree and I couldn't get a job back then because unemployment was like the highest it had been since the Great Depression, right? There was people with master's degrees working at Starbucks. It was an awful period in history, and a lot of you kids may not remember it. So I just took every job I can get, and that's why I ended up with these different jobs. Now, I felt like there had to be a better way, so that's when I started my online fitness business, started training people online. So I was already training people, but I had to train them online. So how did I do that? I had to adhere to a schedule, right? And that's when I really started using Google Calendar, and I would just go in Google Calendar and just try to carve out times to work on my business as much as I could while I was still working those other jobs. Now, the beauty of working so much was that I had a lot of money. Like I was making like 6 figures those years. I mean, it was labor. It was hard work. That's why when people tell me they're broke, I look at them like they a bitch, right? If you a healthy man in a first world country and you broke, oh, you must be a bitch, right? You just don't want to work hard, right? I had a college degree, but I wasn't above working at a moving company. I wasn't above, working at a restaurant. Sometimes bus boys would quit or get deported mid-shift. They would leave, right? And I'm like, shit, I'm busting the tables. Motherfucker with a college degree, right? I ain't above nothing when it comes to getting this money. So when I hear about you guys being broke, man, I just look at you like, oh, you a bitch. No, I get it. It's cool, right? So I had extra income, so I was able to use some of that income to buy more time. What does that mean? Well, I didn't clean my house and shit, right? I hired people to clean, right? Because I had some money. And then while they were cleaning, I would work on my business. So I would try to find time any way I could. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's critical. Like you want to try to find as much time as you can. And that's when I started using Instacart and shit. Or I don't think Instacart exists. That's when I started using, I think it was Fresh Direct. It was the first delivery deliver groceries because I didn't have a car, right? I was in New York. A lot of people don't have cars in New York. And I was like, fuck, man, going to the grocery store is like a fucking ordeal. It takes a few hours. That's hours I can devote to my business. But if I just pay a little bit more, they'll just come deliver it. Fuck that shit. I'm going to do that, right? And, you know, you're working hard, hustling. You still got to clean up the crib, right? Can't live in filth. But like for me to clean, it's going to take a few hours, right? But that's time I could be spending on my business, right? So I paid other people to do it. So I found different ways to get time. And then I use that time. I use that time to build my business, but I also cut out all the other shit. Right? During those years, I didn't go to any movies. I didn't see any movies. I didn't watch any sports. Right? And I love sports, but you knew that because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to any basketball games. I didn't watch TV. I didn't watch any shows. I just had my head down hustling. And then what happened was the business started to get to a point where it was making enough money where I felt comfortable quitting one of the jobs. Then I didn't work less though. I put all that time I had from quitting that job into the business. So now it's moving faster. But I'm still doing everything I was doing before. I didn't stop paying people to clean. I didn't stop paying people to deliver the groceries and shit like that. Right? I didn't start going to the movies or having fun. Right? I stayed hustling, and then the business made enough money where I can quit another job. Right? And then it kept multiplying. I put that time back in the business. And then it finally got to the point where I could quit all the jobs and focus on the business. And that's when things really, really took off. But I didn't stop the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I still didn't really go to the movies. I didn't watch TV because, I don't think I started doing that shit till I became a millionaire. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't think I watched any movies or went to the movies till I became a millionaire. I might have started watching basketball sometimes. I might have let myself watch basketball or go to the occasional basketball game. No, I definitely went to basketball games at the time. I went to a few a year when the Bulls came to New York. Right? When the Bulls came to New York and they played either the Nets or the Knicks, I would go to those games. But that would be it. Right? I was still head down, super focused and until I was a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? It's really, how bad do you want it? You got to schedule your time and then also buy your time back. Seriously, if you don't have a lot of time, buy time. And you do that by stop doing domestic shit, right? Just pay someone to do. You can go on TaskRabbit and pay somebody to clean your whole house for like $35 an hour, depending on how big your house. My house was small at the time. I mean, y'all seen it. Go back and listen to my old YouTube videos. Y'all see it wasn't a big crib, so it cost like $60, $70 to clean the whole crib. And pay people to deliver my groceries, shit like that. But it bought me time. And time is the most valuable resource, man. Time is the most valuable resource because you spend the money on time, but you can always get more money, but you can never get more time back. But if you get enough money, you can buy time. So time is the most important thing. But if you get enough money, you can buy time. Therefore, money is the most important thing. You get what I'm saying? So focus on getting that money. You can do it.
We have a few super chats. We have Romulus joining us today.
Oh, yeah. Romulus is going to come through.
Fire. Okay. We have Yo Brandon. I'm trying to create my first online training business, but I'm overwhelmed by what to do with so much info out there. How do I narrow down?
Online training business. Come on, man. Yo, listen. This is what you do. It's not a video, editors. Here's what you do. You join the Discord, and there's a free, there's free courses in there, right? I got one called High Value Alpha Baller, probably the best thing I ever read, but that's not going to help you specifically with what you need. In there, there is a ebook called the 10 Commandments of Online Training, and that really breaks it down how to do it. You know, I've helped literally thousands of people build successful online training businesses. One of my students, man, became a millionaire this year. You know what I'm saying? Like a legit millionaire. She made $1 million in online training. Now, I mean, she's been with me for about 3 or 4 years now, and her, you know, when you get to that she's got employees and shit. You know, we had to help her build all that stuff, man. But she became. It was my first female student to become a millionaire. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only have. It's less than 10 of my students have become millionaires. 2 of them did it last year, one guy and one girl. But it's less than 10. That's not really my strong suit, is helping people make millions. But man, help people make 6 figures or more with online training. No one's better at that than me. I mastered it. But that's because it's a different game at, trying to get to $1 million a month. It's like a different game. That's when you got to start having employees. You probably got to start running ads. Things have to get more sophisticated, But $10K a month, anybody with enough heart can do that. You feel me?
We have one more super chat.
Oh, why did I part ways with Connor Murphy? Oh, first of all, thanks for the both of y'all. Thanks for the money. You know what I'm saying? Love that. I didn't part ways with Connor Murphy. He's Connor, he went a different path. And we were like business partners, right? Like I was me and my team were running his business. Like we helped him set it up. But, because he had a big following, right? But he wasn't really monetizing that much, right? He only making money off AdSense from YouTube. And so we helped him build his first course, and it made $200,000 in his first 5 days, right? But it was we came up with the idea. Me and my team, we came up with the idea, marketing plan. I wrote the sales letters, what I'm saying, the copy. We wrote email, set up the payment process, the website. We did everything, and all he had to do was keep making videos, right? And $200K in 5 days, right? And hey, let's keep this up. And we started doing more stuff together and just making a bunch of money together. But then he decided to go a different path. He went on that. The spiritual stuff, and that's cool. I just don't know how to monetize that. That's not my my strong suit. I ain't got no. Me and him is cool. I talked to him not long ago. He's cool, but I just don't know how to monetize the path he's on. So I don't feel like I'm the best business partner for him at this point. Where's Romulus?
Back Freestyle Fridays.
Oh, yeah, what they talking about is back when I had Snapchat. Back when Snapchat was a thing. And we had the employees, and it's Freestyle Friday, and we would all freestyle. We put on beats and we freestyle, and some of them was white and shit, so it was funny.
Interesting. We have in it here. How and how much has the college been important to you?
This is not a video because we addressed this, guys. It's not a video.
Is paid education the best investment?
Man, listen, college was an amazing experience for me. All right. I loved it. Not only was it super fun, I actually learned a lot. Like, fucking accounting. I still do the accounting for my business. You know what I'm saying? Like accounting. And, I have a marketing degree. And, I think that all plays a role in me being an expert marketer, right? To say you're going to, people try to tell you, man, that you can just learn everything on the internet, YouTube and shit, right? But yeah, I mean, listen, bro, there's a reason that we don't train Navy SEALs. Oh, you want to be Navy SEAL? All right, cool. Instead of going to Bud's training camp, man, just watch some YouTube videos, man, read some books, some podcasts. And then we'll give you an AK, man, send you to war, man. I'm sure you'll be fine. All right, there's a reason we don't do that. What do? They train with people who did it, right? So if you're not going to go to school, you got to at least get a mentor of some kind, to really accomplish your goals. Because to say you're just going to learn shit on YouTube and become as successful as me, right? To make millions, like who the fuck do you know just watched a bunch of YouTube videos and made millions, right? Like you let me know. Show me who that motherfucker is, right? You just watched a bunch of other. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like you get a lot of information on YouTube for sure. I learned how to edit videos on YouTube. So I guess like if I wanted to make like 6 figures, I guess I can learn it on YouTube, right? Because I learned how to edit videos and started this channel. And if I loved that, I could have went in and did that, right? But you know, still, if I would have went to school for video editing, I would have probably been better, right? I don't know. How'd you learn how to edit videos, Nima?
So, like about 10 years ago, I just started editing with like basic video editing apps on the phone and just doing my like trips, vlogs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then started my YouTube channel like in 2019.
Yeah.
And then vlogs, and then just people started asking questions, started doing tutorials.
Oh, so you self-taught?
Yeah.
All right. But it took 10 years to get good.
like getting into commercials and like as you said, 6-figure.
If you would have went to school, you think it would have been faster?
Nope.
No, really. No. All right. So if people have different views on this shit than me, you know.
There was a funny video. I was watching a video from Casey Neistat, and he actually bumped into some students that were going to school for filmmaking.
Yeah.
And they were saying the same thing earlier. Like, I've learned from YouTube way more than we've been learning from school. Like,
yeah, you know, I mean, so it really depends on what you want to go. But he asked me what about me, right? And I built a fucking several 7-figure businesses. I got over 30 employees. I don't know what YouTube page is gonna teach you that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But back to your point, you cannot get.
I don't know. Maybe
6-figure easy, but you cannot pass that.
Yeah,
it's just.
I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never seen. I don't know the guy who's made millions self-taught on YouTube. I mean, maybe they do exist, and I just don't know who they are. Right? You know. I was thinking maybe MKBHD, but he went to college. But I think he was doing good before he went to college, though.
This dude started like doing.
He started YouTube.
The Dell laptop. That
with the webcam. Oh shit, Romulus is here. Let's get into the market recap. All right, you know what it is. Every week we talk about the market, the financial market, to help y'all make some sense of it, get some of this money. And I brought on my trading mentor. When it comes to trading, actually trading stocks out here, trading stocks, ETFs, no one better than Romulus.
I couldn't.
There you go. Let me introduce Romulus, man. What's up, bro?
It is so great to see you. Happy New Year, Mr. Brandon.
Happy New Year, man.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fantastic year. You know, doing a little analysis. As you know, I took a little time off. I know that last week the Victory Talk podcast had a slight technical disruption due to some travel delays.
Yeah. Somebody messed it up.
Right.
No, I'm just
you know, as we talk about growing our businesses, growing our muscles, growing our money, growing our abilities in life. And I like to tell you, there's a book that was written a long time ago. Many of your listeners and viewers may have either overlooked this, not even heard about it, but it's called Who Moved My Cheese? I know it sounds corny. It really does. But it's about shit that just gets fucked up and you don't give a fuck because you keep going. Pardon me.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is, man. You just got to keep moving.
Yeah, keep on going. So I was doing a little bit of thinking. You know, I did take some time off in the last week and a half at the holidays. It's tradition. One of the things I love about Wall Street and I love about the trading are the traditions, the customs, the rhythm, the flows. Market's open Monday to Friday. It's not open Saturday and Sunday. It's not open at 3 a.m. It's open 9:30, closes at 4. And the holiday weeks, everything slows down. And I take advantage of that. You know, for me, this is a marathon, not a sprint. There are times when I do sprint, but I'm looking to do this at it for 28 years already and looking to do this for the select correct people for a lot longer. The select correct people for a lot longer. So I was looking at the situation. My business grew. Are you ready for this? We're talking business building here. That's the main topic of tonight's conversation, at least before I got on here. My business grew 400%.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's give Romulus a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Let me show my trading account. Don't share it. Don't share it. You know what? No. Let me just show my trading account. Working with you. I mean, I see why, right? Because working with you, man. Look, last 6 months. I gotta cover my face, right?
Yep.
As it should.
90-something%. Yep.
Yeah. In the last 6 months, right? So
Yep.
that's thanks, Romulus.
Here, I'm gonna
Just so
show,
y'all know who y'all talking to, you know what I'm saying?
I'll show something real quick here. We do a little screen sharing, and
Yeah.
come up. So we talk about. Here we go. And share. All right, so that should come up here. Do you see it? I don't know if sometimes. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Okay. So this, everybody that's watching this, Brandon just showed you his account from the last 6 months up well over 90%. Here are some trades that actually, these are all the trades that we took from December 10th. So pretty much the month of December.
Yeah.
You see only one little red light there down. I mean, it was barely a blip.
Yeah.
Some trades up, several up 20%. One of them was up 100%.
Yeah.
Smaller trades. And yeah, that should be you, everybody.
Come on, man.
That can be you, everybody. All you got to do is just jump into Discord. Before I came on, somebody was asking about joining Discord. The link wasn't working for them. I don't know what needs to happen behind the scenes, but anyway, there was a little question about that.
Yeah, sometimes it's user error, Romulus. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't doubt that whatsoever. I don't doubt that whatsoever. So whoever's doing that, maybe you try it again.
Try it again. Open it in like incognito or porn mode and see what happens, you know?
Yeah, well, the bottom line, we want you in there, whoever
We
you
want
were,
you,
to try to get in, because Brandon and his crew, they're doing amazing things with muscle, money, and mindset.
Yeah.
And specifically talking about the money, that's where I come in. That's where my
Come
team
on, man.
is in there, helping everybody out, doing what we can to get the accounts all moving up and to the right. That's the idea. Now
Yeah.
let's look at 2022, a little more detail.
Yeah.
We were up, crushing it, killing it. You saw a list of a couple of trades just from 1 month, and that's kind of just a random month out there. But look, this is all the sectors within the stock market. There are 11 of them, by the way. For the period of 2022, you see just red. It's a sea of red out there, except for really one sector. That's energy stocks.
Energy
And
went up.
Here's
Yeah.
the energy sector, by the way, looking like it's kind of rolling back down here. So
Little
despite
bit.
a great year in 2022, the energy sector might be losing some energy and losing some steam. And
Everything was
otherwise-
down this year.
Yeah. So you see a whole sea of red out there. I mean, red consumer discretionary. That would be companies like Nike and Disney, and believe it or not, Tesla's in there.
Yeah.
Communications. That would be Meta. Technology. Well, you know what that is. It's Apple's and Facebook's. Real estate. They're all just red. So I know that a vast majority of the people listening, watching this right now, that was you. Unless you're in with us, unless you're a Centurion in the Romulus Legion, then that's you. You were losing money somewhere, somehow, in one of these sectors. Okay?
Why do you think that the stocks went down so much this year, Romulus?
There's a couple
Because you
of reasons.
told me in the beginning of the year. I want to say something, man.
Yeah.
Romulus told me in the beginning of the year that he was like, yo, sell everything, right? Shit is about to go haywire. He told me, man. And I tried to tell some of my friends that, and I sold like most of my long-term holdings, and it saved me a ton of money, right? Like that I would have lost. I was able to get out at the top, but a lot of people didn't, man. So why do you think that the market acted like this, and why didn't other people see it?
There's a couple of reasons for the disturbance that was going on. Right, I have a picture up on the screen right now. This is the U.S. government. If they borrow money, when they borrow money over 2 years, they're going to pay almost 4.4% interest per year to borrow that money. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you're talking about 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, you name the time frame. The government was paying a lot more to borrow money. Why? Because interest rates were going higher. Why were interest rates going higher? Because they went so low a couple of years ago to help fight off the COVID pandemic. And then the Federal Reserve had to raise interest rates to fight the inflation. There was too much money chasing too few goods and services. Inflation always is and will be a monetary issue. That's it. End of story. Don't let anybody ever tell you any different.
Yeah.
Interest rates were going a lot higher. And that caused problems because, hey, I might not go and borrow money to buy a car. I might not borrow money to go build a new building or hire some folks or expand my business or buy a house, whatever. So things start to slow down. Now, the other reason that stocks really were hit is because if you look at, I'm on the wrong page here. Give me a second. I'll pull it up here. If you look at just valuations, okay? Valuations is how much you pay for something. That's all it is. It's just how much you pay for something. right? What I'm showing you right here on the chart is a 150-year chart picture of stock market valuations, kind of done in a pretty unique way. Not to get too detailed here, but it's a unique way to look at how much you're paying for stocks. Look, the average over the past 150 years is 16. Okay, 16. This is after a pullback. It's still at 28. You are still massively overvalued for paying for what you are versus a 150-year average for most stocks out there. The other reason stocks pull back is basically a play on this, is the stock market hit a bottom in March of 2009, which was after the financial crisis.
Yeah.
And then it basically ripped for 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
The longest running bull market in world history, dating back 10,000 years of recorded human history. Okay?
So you're saying things were overvalued? Is that what
They're
you're saying?
overvalued, overdue, overbought, and it's time to see a little bit of a correction, and that's what we've seen. So 2000.
Well, I mean, you've been telling me that. Real quick, before you get into that Romulus, I just want to show Nima. Can you show my laptop? Right. So, yeah, the laptop. Thank you. All right, make it big. Pause. All right, so I posted this on my story. This is my trading account. I don't keep a lot of money in here. Maybe like a few $100,000 every, about $100,000 or so, right? And I usually like take money out once it hits $100,000 and start over, right? So anyway, in this account, I was up 20K for the month. You can see, right? You know what I'm saying? And I posted this on my close friends, right? Some of the homies, close friends, and it was up 22%. And one of my boys, he sent me this after. He's like, yo, look at my account, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude is down. Did I assume? He's down like 10 mil.
Yeah.
Right. And I told almost 10 mil, right? And I told my close friends, like, yo, man, y'all need to sell. He didn't do it. And it cost him 10 mil. So you saved me a lot of money because I took, like, my long-term account, I took like 7 figures out. Over 7 figures out because I ain't want to end up like this,
Yeah,
so I just want to thank you again.
For a second here, what's it worth to that person? Because he loses 10 million, but that's not on $1 billion account. It goes from 15 to 5.
Right.
Percentage wise, I mean, what are we talking about here? We're a percentage loss of 67%.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
So what's it worth to your friend to pay you and I to help him make sure that doesn't happen again? To stop him losing $10 million.
Yeah.
Obviously several million. Enough that you and I just retire.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's right.
Well, anyway, you was about to show us something, Rams. I just wanted to thank you again and just show the people, man, why it's so important to listen to what Rams got to say and why we try to bring him on every week, man, because he's out here doing good work.
Absolutely. So we're talking, and I think it's valuable to understand the past. I mean, the more important question is what's next. But as we look at 2022, as we look at where we stand at the beginning of a new year, of a new dawn, of a new revolution, and we're analyzing and understanding here, yes, the markets were pulling back for a handful of reasons. I mean, if we were coming out of an average bull market of 2 or 3 or 4 years and then it pulls back, this probably wouldn't have happened like this.
Right.
But we weren't. We were coming out of this, the ending of the longest running bull market in world history, dating back 10,000 years. It's way overdue. And another point is that it's not done. Okay? It's not done. I know there's a lot of folks out there who think, well, it's a new year, I'm going to get it. Okay, look, just a couple of days ago, on Friday, rather, right before the market shut down for the long weekend, there was a hit in the morning and things kind of struggle on back, okay, right to the end of the day. And that's because people were hoping for a big blast to the upside today.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, okay?
It did not happen.
The market was up 200 points. It closed down 10. It spent the day just falling. I mean, it just kept falling and falling and falling and falling and falling all day long. So we have a question out there, Raymond. That's a very, very detailed type of a question that I answered for the Centurion, the Legion here a couple of weeks ago in my 2023 Future Cap Report. But needless to say, to just kind of brush on it quickly, the markets are most likely not done going down from the bear market that began about a year ago. And so coming on this podcast, I've been talking about the retest going on that should play out between now and the end of March, putting the S&P 500 into the range of the June lows and quite possibly the October lows and even below that. But look what's happened. All we have to do is switch indexes. That's it. That's all we have to do is go to a different index. The other major one, the NASDAQ, since I've been saying this, the NASDAQ did indeed go to a new low.
Mm.
It happened. Okay. The NASDAQ exchange. And this is where most of the people who are watching these types of shows, these are the stocks that they own.
Yeah,
okay?
so this is like a lead. You could say this is like a leading indicator of what's to come, right?
Yeah, so that you want to be careful of this kind of stuff. But the people watching this, I mean, look, you're out there trading and investing because you learned something on YouTube from the knuckleheads from a couple of years ago. And now you're over here trying to get it right, and we're going to help you make it right. But you still have some legacy positions. You're holding this, you're holding your Teslas, you're holding these Teledocs and these kind of stocks. Sure, I get all that. Now, these are the stocks that went down. So just from the last couple of months, if the people who are watching this that did not join the Legion, and great, you have an opportunity to join this year. That's all. That's all it is. It's a great year for you. But for those who didn't join the Legion, if all you did was watch this podcast right here and say, well, I maybe Romulus knows what he's doing, and you sold your stocks, then you avoided going to a new low just last
Come on, man. Yeah. So that's why you guys got to join the Discord, man. Join the Discord. Link in the description. Find out more about what's happening. Romulus has been calling. He's been saying this the whole time we've been doing victory talk from the first one that we're going to see. We're going to test the low. We're going to have a new low on the S&P, and you see it. It's on its way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and look, as you get to kind of uncover the onion a little bit from 22, I hear stories from people, not Centurions, just I'm getting messages from people all over the world all the time, looking, thinking about joining, possibly joining, that type of thing. And I hear it's depressing to hear the money these people have lost. I mean, it's depressing to see that result from your friend who lost $10 million. When you have $15 million, you could lock that in and just bank that money and know how to grow it consistently. And by the way, if he was with us, instead of going from 15 to 10, his account would be at least 25 million.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys hear me say his account would be $25 million?
Yeah.
I mean, that's insanity. Okay. $25 million. It's insanity. We know how to take care of that for folks. So again, market situation for 23, it's a long year. I'm comfortable suggesting and talking about lower prices over the next, not quite 3 months, a little less than 3 months, despite what might happen. There's possibly a reason to suggest stocks could pull slightly higher for another couple of days, but we've got earnings coming out. And by the way, earnings for those people who are a little more active in the trading and investing, and we do have that crowd as well. The earnings come out in January later than the normal quarterly cycle. Why is that? Because the companies have to report their 10Ks in addition to their 10Qs, which means annual accounting. It takes another week typically. So JP Morgan is usually the first company to come out. Usually they'd be out by this Friday, but instead they'll be out the following Friday on January 13th. And that's because it takes them a little bit longer. So all the reporting is coming out. And by the way, the earnings this season, they're going to be bad.
They're going to be bad.
They're going to be bad. Okay. Yeah. So two things to expect: layoff announcements on a major scale coming over the next 2 to 3 weeks, and bad earnings, which the market is not really appropriately positioned. Hey, wait a minute. Well, Brandon, let me take a quick break here. Let's pretend no one else is in the room. It's just you and me doing our training sessions again.
All right.
What do you see here?
Yeah.
JP Morgan.
Right there. Is that a cup and handle kind of?
No,
wait a minute. No. That's it's break. It's above moving averages.
It's above the moving average, but I'm looking at this right here as a potential short candidate. Now, I sorry to.
Oh yeah, no, I did. What I didn't see was the overbought conditions.
Yeah, right down here. I know.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's what happens when this chart is darked out like that instead of easily to see for the recordings. But
so it's overbought.
Yeah. So this is a nice little potential short candidate, everybody. That sorry to go off topic a bit there, but hey,
JP Morgan puts. Let's go.
Yeah. That's how we do it, everybody. We look around, we hunt like it's not like the lion pride. Okay, I'm hunting like the tiger or the cheetah. It's quiet, it's simple, it's to the point, and it's absolutely deadly.
Let's remember this. This is somebody on my team. Remember, we looked at this. Let's come back next week and see, right?
Yeah,
so we can show y'all that Romulus is.
Next week, I'd say within a month or two, the stock is going to be more likely lower than higher. And, anyway,
a month or two. All right.
Yeah,
bet.
I'd say lower rather than higher. And downward pressure. There was a good question about outlook for 23. I can't go all the way out for the year. My stuff works about 6 months out.
Yeah.
I'd say outlook for the following 3 to 6 months is going to be more likely lower stock prices than higher stock prices. So.
Yeah. Yo, that's fantastic. And we're set up real nice to capitalize on that. Join the Discord if you're not already. Make sure you join the Discord.
I
and listen.
want to hear from you.
Yeah.
I also checked the link. It works.
So the links works, man. My man, you got to open it in porn mode. Maybe you got some settings messed up. You know,
you might just get a HTTPS warning. Just skip that.
Just skip that. It's no big deal.
It's just because it's just not SSL. That's all.
Yeah, we still ain't fixed that yet.
No big deal. You
You
try
stay on
again,
it.
my friend. That's all you got to do. You try again.
You're gonna
that's, by
fix
the way,
that,
my
though.
lesson in life. And I heard before I checked in here a minute ago. Again, switch topics ever so slightly, but I've been a fan of Covey for a long time. And what you're talking about is the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah.
I did that for like 20 years ago. That's what I was doing to help me get to where I am today.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, Romulus, we're gonna do a future recap because I know you usually do that, but or is that it?
Yeah,
Just the
we just
market's
kinda
gonna be low.
got this. So again, downward pressure on price, equity prices coming over coming months here.
Is that a low base, Romulus?
Comfortable outlook. And by the way, one of the ththings that we do together every Thursday night, this, you come to pretty much all of them.
Oof.
We host a show for the Centurion Legion. We call it Thursday Night Live. We do that at 4:00. And a couple of weeks ago, we were looking at Apple. It was right there, December 8th. And I said Apple was going to go to a new bear market low. And since then, it's just gotten absolutely clubbed. I mean, absolutely clubbed. New market. Since we talked about that, the stock has lost billions and billions of dollars of value. And here it is at a multi-year low as of today. Mighty Apple. Hey, it's Apple. What can go wrong? You can lose your money. That's what can go wrong.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that, yo.
Tesla
man.
going to a new bear market low today. Everyone who thinks that there's a way to bottom fish these things, we've proven that. We took a couple of nice little profitable trades out of Tesla in the last 3 weeks to the long side. We weren't doing any shorting. We took them to the long side, and that's just tools in a skilled trader's hands.
I didn't even check this today. Can you show my screen? My iPad. You're saying I had some Apple puts, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even checked, man. They doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
Return today. 4% since you put them into play.
Yeah.
And, you're making that money, and that again, that was from just a couple.
I listen to you. I ain't even noticed that. You can take it off now.
A couple of weeks ago, barely a month ago that we talked about that, and the stock has been heavily hit. And I benefited other ways. I mean, I personally did not short Apple. But I'm long this thing, which is continuing to kill it. And,
is that a high base?
Yep, that's a high base breakout. But let's look at the thing that it's playing off of.
The spot. That's a low base, right?
It's a low base, so expect this overcoming, let's say, the next 10 days, 12 days to break lower from this low base.
Come on, man. Like, guys, we giving y'all a lot of game for free,
I'm
man.
Sorry, I was getting a little, I guess, excited.
Nah, it's cool, man. Let them know because it's good to have this recorded history. You know?
Yeah, excited for the new year. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I've been waiting for this. Ooh.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ways to play that, man. There's a lot of ways to play that. SDS, SPX.
There's a lot of ways to play that, and we're going to milk whatever is left of this bear market. It's been going on for a little over a year. I don't expect it to go on for forever. Nothing ever does. So now we start thinking, how much more can we get from this bear market? We already told you different ideas and strategies that you can do that. And then the coming bull market, it will happen. I know it may not feel like it because that's how life is, but trust me when I tell you this, day will follow night every time. It always happens, and a new bull market will follow this bear. It always happens. This time is no different. Trust me on that. And are you positioned? Do you know how to position? Do you know what's going to lead the pack? Do you know how to turn $1 into $10 and $20 and $30 in the new bull market? Because we know how to do that.
Come on, man. If you want to know, hit the link in the description. Join the Discord, and we will walk you down the path, man. Let's get this money. All right.
Exactly right. Yeah. So.
All right. Yo, Romulus, thank you.
The main thing is to keep the main thing, and I'm glad to be here. And it's going to be one kick-ass 2023. It's about victory. Let's do this.
Come on, man. Let's go. Thank you, Romulus. Let's give my man a round of applause. I didn't mean that. Damn it! I hit the wrong button.
Also, I'm gonna just add a note, guys. Until you fix the SSL issue while you're trying to join the victory unit, once you get that security kind of warning, just click on the advanced option at the bottom and then click on visit this website.
Yeah, thousands of people have done it already.
Yeah, if you're gonna fix it though, it's just a browser issue. That's all.
Cool, man. Well, listen, that's how we're going to get this money this year, man. But there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about this year. And, you know, you want to ball this year, right? But you don't want to fall this year. That's why we got balling and falling. Let's go. All right, like the video. Hit the like button, man. We just gave y'all some game. If you were paying attention, you should know how to make money off what we just said. If you were paying attention, I can't walk you through how to trade, how to buy puts, options, but like the video. Hit the like button. Giving out free game. All right. Balling and falling. Okay. So, not long ago, my friend, Andrew Tate, was arrested. All right. He was arrested in Romania. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, man, Andrew predicted this. Andrew predicted. Now, to be clear, to be clear, I think Andrew's innocent. I believe Andrew's innocent. He's my friend. But show my laptop. Andrew
First they
predicted
delete
this.
you, and then after that is imaginary charges and send you to jail. And the third is put a bullet in your head. So it's like I've kind of used up one of my lives.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there going, now what? So when they were contacting and calling all these people, I was like, they're trying to drum up some charges on me.
Yeah.
They're just trying to find a reason to send me to jail for no reason. So it is scary, man, when the Matrix attacks. Like no matter how insulated you are against it, you do sit there and go, oh, here we go. First they delete.
All right, yo, listen. Andrew would say this all the time. If you watch any of these videos, any of his interviews, he would always talk about how the Matrix is coming after him and they're trying to delete him and everything, right? Now, I used to always get like nervous when I heard him say that. Not because of what he's saying, but because he's saying it, right? Again, Andrew's my boy. Like matter of fact, let me show you something. Like, hold on, go ahead. Now, yeah, okay. Now, look, Andrew's my guy, man. This is me, him, and I, and Tristan hanging out. We linked up, and this was a long time ago, right? This is like 5 or 6 years ago in Atlanta, before the Bugattis. You know what I'm saying? Before either one of us had an iced out watch. You know, like it was like 5, 6 years ago, man. But those are the homies, and you know, he used to have a podcast here on YouTube, him and his brother. And, you know, they mentioned me once. You know, I super chatted. I gave him, and they was like, hold on.
Andrew, shout out King Keo.
King Keo, Andrew.
Mr. Fucking handsome. Oh, thank you very much, King Keo. Can't wait to have you over here in Romania. I know you're like, I don't like to drive cars.
Is it vodka keto?
Is vodka keto?
Vodka is definitely keto. And I just have another thing. We have to have Brandon Carter on Wine Night also.
right.
Well, man,
But the question is, can we get Brandon to drink?
Sterling.
Carter is a
Carter would be good with
He's a
us.
serious G.
serious G.
Can I just say,
He's doing that
Carter's a serious
handstand
G.
shit. I'm like, I can't do that.
If Brandon drinks, he might lose one of his 12 abs.
yeah,
Brandon,
yeah.
you can go with 11 abs, G.
Relax.
I would say, if anyone could get Brandon Carr to drink, I think it might be me. I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I've got that superpower.
He's got it. He goes after your pride.
Sterling, when I first met you, my friend, you didn't drink alcohol at all, did you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
All right, let's stop. Listen. First of all, Tristan forgot that he tried to get me to drink once before, but he forgot because he was drunk. I said no. Anyway, I digress. Those are my boys. I believe they're innocent. But Andrew would always talk about the Matrix is trying to attack me, right? Or they're going to come and get me. He would always like have a premonition, right? That it didn't seem like there was like evidence all the time that it was happening. He would just say, yo, this is what happens. This is what happens. So when someone's going around saying something is going to happen all the time, I'm not surprised when it happens. You get what I'm saying? Don't show my screen yet. Don't show my screen yet. I want to bring something up, man, because this is important. There's a lesson here, right? Hold on, fuck. I thought I had it. Damn. Okay. There's a not yet, but there's a lesson here, right? There's a part of your brain called the Reticular Activation System, right? It's a real part of your brain. It's not some made up shit. It's a real part of your brain. located at like the root of your brainstem. And when it's activated, it basically decides on what you're going to focus on, right? It's kind of like when someone gets a new car, you or your friend gets a new car, you start seeing that car everywhere, right? The car, you're not magic, bro. The car was already there. You just didn't notice it. But once it was activated, once you put your attention on it, your reticular activation system went out and found it, right? So when someone is saying something is going to happen to them, right, they'll start seeing reasons why that happens. And then it starts becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Never say anything about yourself you don't want to be true. Let me show you an example. Show my screen. There's a dude named Bill Buckner. He played for the, I believe it was the Red Sox. I mean, he played for a lot of teams, right? But it was right before the World Series. He said, the dream is that you're going to have a great World Series win. The nightmare is that you're going to let the winning run score on a ground ball through your legs. He said this 11 days before the World Series. Put it on me. Put it on me. He said this 11 days before the World Series. Let me show you what happened. Let me get the screen again. I'm sorry. All right. This is what happened.
Little roller up along first.
Right between the legs.
It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Yo, he said it 11 days before it happened. He said that would be the nightmare, to let the winning ball go between your legs. And he let the winning ball go between his legs, right? Listen, your words are powerful. Do never say anything about yourself you don't want to be true. Right? So, again, I believe Andrew's innocent. That's my boy. Right? He went around all the time saying, the Matrix is after me. They're going to put me in jail. The Matrix is after me. They're going to put me in jail. They're going to try to kill me. They're going to do this. They're going to do it. Before he got shut down, he said they're going to shut me down. They're going to silence me. He was saying this stuff all the time. I'm not surprised that it happened if you're saying it all the time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that the Matrix wasn't after him, but what I would have liked to hear him or anyone say is like, I'm looking for ways to win, right? You know, I'm looking for ways to succeed, as opposed to saying, oh, they're coming after me, right? I'll be like, oh, listen, talk about solutions. Let's talk about things that are going to happen good for you. I think there's a lesson here. You know what I'm saying? Because your words have power, and they have a lot more power than you give yourself credit for, right? Your brain is powerful, and you have to really watch what you input in your brain. So if anybody comes to my house, the first thing they're going to see when they get out my private elevator in the penthouse, the first thing you're going to see is a money rug, a big $100 bill rug. And you're going to see a bench next to it. Because, you know, okay, I got my own private elevator, rich nigga shit, you know? You need the doorman has to like let you in. You can't just get in. The doorman has to let you in, or you got to have a key to get in on my floor, because it's only elevator. It only goes to my house, right? Rich nigga shit. Anyway, as soon as you open, you're going to see, before you get in my house, the elevator opens and there's like a little hallway, and we put money shit in there, because I want you to know what kind of time we on. We on money time. You open it. You open the door. Boom. What you going to see? Another money rug. You go in my office, right? In my office where I work, this is just a studio room. It's a big class. We balling, right? And you're gonna see multiple money rugs, right? Because I'm trying to input in my brain getting money. Because here's the thing: if you get a car, someone else you know gets a car, then you start seeing that car everywhere. What happens if you start telling yourself to think about money? Now you're going to start seeing opportunities to get money everywhere. You get what I'm saying? let me. I'm about to pull something up. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull something up. This is because this is important, man. It's like, hold on.
Like the video in the meantime.
Yeah, like the video while I'm pulling this up. Right. So, yo, let me get my screen. Pac, the last album, he was making this album before he died, and he showed him being killed. Right? He depicted himself getting killed. And then what happened? Right? Hold on. Yeah. Don't put it on me yet. Right? What was Biggie's album? What was the album he was working on before he was killed? Life After Death. What was the name of his first album? Ready to Die. Right? You got to be real careful about what you say about yourself. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that they made it happen, but I'm not saying that they didn't, right? Like, your words have power. Your words have power. And what you input in your mind is powerful, bro. I'm telling you. I never say anything about myself I don't want to be true. And I don't let anyone around me say things about themselves that they don't want to be true. You get what I'm saying? I only talk about getting money. I only think about getting money. Right? I have friends. I knew this guy. And he had an 8-figure business. He's making more money than me. His business was making $10 million a year. Right? And he was a big time Trump supporter. I mean, big time. Like, he was weird about it, you know? And he would always talk, but he was less of a Trump supporter and more of a anti everything else. So he would just start post. He had this big business and big social media, and all he was posting about was how the liberals are fucking ruining everything and fucking shit up and making things bad. And he only talked about the bad stuff. Again, if you get a car or your friend gets a car, you start seeing it everything. You start seeing, and then you start seeing that car everywhere. What happens if you start talking about all the problems in the world all the time? What happens? You're going to start seeing more of that, right? Now, here's where it gets fucked up. He was talking about they're ruining the economy. They're ruining everything. Boom. Dude started going broke. One of my best friends was running his ads, right? And he was like, yo, these ads just ain't converting no more. He's fucking up his whole business, right? That shit happened to him. The shit he was scared of and talking about all the time happened to him. The whole economy didn't ruin. His economy got ruined. And I know I got liberal friends, the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to focus on what you want, not on what's going bad. Not on all the bad things that can happen. I'm not saying don't take evasive action or don't watch out, but look for solutions, right? Now, Andrew's my boy. I believe he's innocent. But I think a lesson here is, like, don't say shit about yourself that you don't want to be true, right? Don't say shit about yourself that you don't want to be true. Like, he always talked about the Matrix was coming after him and they were going to put him in jail. Now he's in jail, right? Biggie had an album called Ready to Die, then Life After Death, and he died. Pac had an album where he put himself in as being killed, and he was killed. A lot of people don't notice Kanye West was a really good, like, artist. Like, he could draw and paint really well. And his mom was an art teacher, right? Right before his car crash, before he made the song Through the Wire, he did a painting of himself in a car crash. I swear to God, there's an interview somewhere on the internet where you can find that. And he says, I'll never paint myself like this again. He painted himself in like a crash, all fucked up. And then it happened, bro. Listen, I know I'm at the risk of sounding like one of those girls who collects crystals, wears hemp jewelry, and keeps kale chips in her bag, right? But you got to start looking at this shit. You got to start seeing that your words have power. Your words are really powerful, man. I never say anything about yourself you don't want to be true. Even if things are bad, you want to focus on the solution, right? Instead of saying, yo, man, my girlfriend is tripping all the time. You need to say, listen, I'm working on improving my relationship, right? Because if you say she's tripping all the time, then what do you think you're going to see? But if you say I'm working on improving my relationship, then you'll see ways to improve it, right? Instead of saying, man, I'm broke, I ain't got no money, you need to say, yo, I'm working on getting some more cash. I'm working on getting some more of this paper. Because if you say I'm broke and I ain't got no money, you'll see reasons why that's true, and it'll be reinforced, right? But if you say, listen, I'm working on getting some cash right now, man. I'm looking for ways to get some more money. You'll see ways to get some more money. I swear to God. Real shit. Never say anything about yourself you don't want to be true. Never say anything about your situation you don't want to be true. I'm not telling you to be positive, but definitely don't be negative. You can't be negative. You need to be solution orientated all the time, right? If something's going wrong in your life, focus on solution. You're like, damn, instead of saying, man, I just lost all this money, it's like, I got to get this money back. You know what I'm saying? Focus. Every subject is two subjects, right? Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh man, I'm dying of thirst. No. I'm about to get me some water. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, I'm so tired. It's not, oh, I'm so tired. It's like, man, I need to get some energy. Let's go. Right? Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Free Top G, that's my dog. I believe he's innocent. And I deserve, but I think there's a lesson here for all of us. That was video number 4. All right. No, it's 4. I'm counting them. Was it 3? All right, we'll go through it. Right. Maybe it was 3.
All right, do you want to get into super chats or do you want to go? Are we doing the AI?
Let's save it. We got to save it. We'll save the AI. All right, let's get some super chats.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. Because we have a lot.
We got a lot. Good.
You got them likes up for Brandon's ego. Needs it. Alpha Foxy Otter.
All right.
What is a good
name.
way to help stop the mentality of self-defeatism, of self-doubt before even trying something new?
What are good ways to help stop mentally? Okay. So I'm laughing at Nima, man. I'm laughing at Nima. So a lot of people have goals, things they want to accomplish, but they have a lot of self-doubt, right? They have a lot of self-criticism, and maybe they don't have enough confidence to accomplish their goal. And the problem is they let that lack of confidence prevent them from actually even going after it. But the truth is you don't need confidence to go accomplish your goals, right? Confidence is not what's necessary. What you need is courage, right? Because courage is not the lack of fear, it's acting in spite of it, right? So you don't need to be more confident. You need to have more courage. You know what I'm saying? If you're not confident and you doubt yourself, the truth is it's probably for a good reason. You're probably not that good at the thing, right? Because if you were fucking awesome at this shit, you would have all the confidence in the world, like me. So what you need to do is understand that I've had self-doubt in the past as well, right? Every master's at his craft, anybody who's a master at his craft at one point was a novice who probably had the same self-doubt that you have. The difference between them and you is they were courageous enough to go anyway, right? So I think there's like 3 steps to get rid of self-doubt. Number 1, do the shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need confidence to go after your goal. You need the courage, right? Stop being a bitch and go after it. I say that with love to you, right? You know what I'm saying? Edit that part of the video because I just want to throw them, right? But stop being a bitch and go after it, right? You scared. That's okay, man. It's okay to be scared. Do it anyway. Be scared. You know what I'm saying? I was nervous first time I had sex. I ain't know what I was about to do, but I did it. And look at me now. You do it anyway. You don't know what you're doing, that's fine. Right? Well, imagine. First time you have sex, you're like, yeah, I'm about to kill this shit. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You never did it before. Right? You just do it anyway. It's the same with everything. Right? Step 2. Step 2. Once you've got enough courage to do it more often. Do it all the time. Right? And get good at it. Because if you were good, you would have the confidence. Right? So you have to actually it's gonna come from repetition. Right? But don't pussyfoot. Like, go all out. I was once reading a book when I was 17. I read Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. And I remember a story. He wanted to get good at public speaking. And he had heard that the average speaker spoke maybe once a month, right? So he started speaking like 4 times a day, right? So he got good so much faster than the average person does, right? Because he's doing, in 1 month, he's doing a year's worth of speaking, right? So you got to do it over and over and over again. Sometimes you're going to fail, and that's okay, right? That's where step 3 comes in. Step 3 comes in when you get the feedback, right? You see what you did well, see what you could have done better, and then try to do that next time, right? But that's why step 2 is important, because the more you do that, the more you go through that feedback loop, the better you'll get faster, right? And by the time and with that rapid repetition, right? And if you can rapidly acquire the skill, you'll acquire the skill way more rapidly with rapid repetition, right? The more you put in, right? The more you get feedback and adjust to the feedback and keep trying, bam, over and over and over again, you'll get better faster. And then next thing you know, you'll be good. And then you'll have the confidence, because you do not deserve to be confident at the thing until you are good. If you were confident about some shit you never did before, that's called delusion. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you're not confident about this actually means that you are a rational human being, right? But you still want to do the thing and get good. So you got to go for it. You got to be courageous. Be a G. Let's go. I think that was 3 or 4. I think it was 4.
Yeah, this was before.
From Neil.
Okay. What up?
Hi, Brandon.
What's up?
How do you find the right mentors tailored to your goals? Thank you and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's not a video. All right. You want to find someone who's done what you want to do, right? And I think, honestly, I'm not saying this because I have a coaching program. I don't give a fuck if you listen. I'm already rich, man. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to pay me nothing. Right? But you want to find someone who's done what you want to do and pay them to teach you. You can either pay by working for them for free, or working for them, right? You know, I'm sure, like, there's a lot of people who have worked for me went in and started their own businesses after, right? You know, who got paid, or they worked with me for free, you know, or they paid me for mentorship, right? But you got to pay them in some capacity because you want them to take it seriously. I don't let people do things for me for free if it's something that's important to me. That's a lesson I had learned a long time ago, because they look at it like it's a favor, so they're going to get around to it, even if they mean well, even if they mean well, they just can't be that invested because they're not being compensated. So they got to prioritize the acquisition of capital, right? But if you can pay them, then they'll take it more seriously and they'll go harder for you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find them and pay them. I mean, honestly, that's the best way. In some capacity, even if it's just work for them, right? If you ain't got money, work for them. If they're not hiring, work for them for free. I would do it for sure.
Drew donated twice.
Just come on, Drew, big Drew.
Andrew's innocent. He's creating a revolution of men, and the globalists don't want that. Just a reality.
Yeah,
The
man.
second one is The Book of Power of Awareness is exactly this concept, and it's a great book.
That's a great book. I got that over here, man. Listen, never say anything about yourself you don't want to be true. I'm telling you,
That
man.
3 times.
Come on, man. Let's go. Big money. God's balling.
Andy Frisella's 75 Hard program was the best thing ever for developing real confidence.
You know what's cool about that program? One of the guys I really looked up to was a dude named Bill Phillips. Bill Phillips started a supplement company called EAS Sports Nutrition. He later sold that company to Abbott Laboratories for about $100 million. And I really looked up the Bill, And he also had a magazine called Muscle Media. It was sold like next to Muscle and Fitness and Flex magazine. And it was in the Muscle magazine part of the grocery store. And he had an article that he wrote once about building confidence. He said, listen, write down 3 things that you're going to do every day and make sure you do those over and over again. And what happens is you start to trust yourself more. Because what is confidence? Confidence is trust. If you look up the definition of, I'll do it right quick. Hold on, let me show you something. Boom. State of being certain about something, right? The feeling of assurance, anticipation of one's quality, right? And if we go into the other actually Webster. Let me see if I can find the definition, right? Like seriously, what is confidence, right? It's quality state of being certain, right? So how could you be certain? How could you trust yourself if you're not doing what you say you're going to do, right? If you're not keeping the promises you make to yourself, why should you trust yourself, right? That doesn't mean you don't love yourself, right? People mistake confidence and love, right? Like, I love my son. He's a toddler, but I don't trust him. I trust him so little, like he doesn't. I would never leave him alone by himself, right? I don't trust him like that. Like, I don't trust him. I don't have confidence in his ability to keep himself alive if he's home by himself, right? That don't mean I don't love him, right? A lot of y'all love your dog. You won't leave him home for 2 days. You don't have confidence in him, right? So confidence comes from competence, right? And if you trust yourself and oh, okay, if I say something, I'm gonna do it, man, there's nothing that builds confidence like that. But then if you get good at something, then you have a lot more confidence in that thing, right? There's 2 types of confidence. There's like your global confidence, we'll call it, in yourself as a whole, right? You believe you're going to do what you say you're going to do. But then there's confidence in certain aspects, right? Like, I don't have confidence in myself in everything, right? I don't have confidence in my ability to spell words well, right? I have dyslexia, right? It's cool. No big deal, right? But I'm confident as hell in myself in general, right? I don't have confidence in myself to do my own plumbing, right? But I'm still confident, right? So I'm not. You don't have to be confident in everything, but you got to believe that you're going to do what you put your mind to. Like, if I wanted to be good at plumbing, I'd plumb my ass off, right? I'd work at it. I'd plumb all day until I was good at plumbing, you know? If that makes sense.
We have Sam. I run a multi-six-figure TikTok business.
Aight.
Trying to hit 7 this year. I was wondering what's your process of being big and scaling your personal brand on YouTube? What would you say the best thing that's helped you?
It's not a video. The thing that's helped me the most is probably, I don't know. That's a good question. You know, man, like YouTube, personality plays a lot on YouTube, man. You know, like it's weird. It's personality plays a lot. Cause I don't know if I was that good in the beginning, but people like when I talk for some reason. So I played on that. And I think that helped me, you know. I think what helped me the most is, okay, here's what helped me the most. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a part of your brain there's a part of humans, most people's brains, a regular person's brain, that like cares what other people think. And that part of my brain is missing. I don't know if I was dropped on my head or some shit. But I hear people talk about certain things like, man, you know, what are people going to think? Or I'm here scared to put myself out there. And I don't really, that part of my brain just doesn't work, man. You know, like Jesus said, man, I wish I had the Bible verse memorized. I got to memorize this one. But he said, let me find it, man. I'm going to find it. I want to say it. Because we got to quote the jizzle. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. This is all Nima's fault. I want y'all to be. Oh, yo, man. Don't show the screen. John 5:41. Jesus said, your approval or disapproval means nothing to me. Right? Like Jesus didn't care if you liked him. If you liked him, he didn't give a fuck. If you didn't like him, he didn't give a fuck. Jesus basically said, yo, I don't give a fuck, like Pac. Like fucking Tupac. Your approval or disapproval, it means nothing to me. I don't give a fuck what you think. I added the last part, paraphrasing. And my mind works like that. I'm like Jesus is what I'm trying to say. In that regard. Jesus had better hair than me. So there's that. That's like the biggest difference. But other than that, we like the same dude. I got better abs. I mean, he was ripped. When I see him, he looked ripped. But I think I'm in better shape. But it's not a competition, you know. He did his thing.
We got Mike Jones.
Mike, who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
All right. It's Nima's turn. I'll pay Nima to pay you to say that. Mike Jones, BBC, you preaching, bro. The Bible says, redeem the time, buy your time back.
If somebody write that down. Babe, can you write that down? I want that's a good verse.
As I learn business principles, I realize they're in the word.
Yeah, write that down. I'm gonna take a photograph of that, man.
I'm already on it.
Come on, man. My man speaking the good word. The word of the
We got
Lord.
more. More from Mike Jones.
What'd he say, man?
As a man thinketh. Oh, I'll let you read it.
Nah,
Preacher
you
Carter.
read it. Go ahead.
Preacher Carter.
Nah, what?
They asking.
As a man, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those that love it shall eat the fruit. Come on now. Somebody preach. Jesus was that dude, man. He was, I'm not religious, man, but yo, Jesus said some cold ass shit.
Yeah, one
Yo,
more
C
from Mike
murder
Jones.
too. Yep. Yep. C murder. Where he's in jail for murder. Come on, man. Yo, watch what you say about yourself.
Shout out to Mike Jones.
Yeah. Who?
Mike Jones. Now we got the money team.
Oh, money team. What up?
Yo, BBC, what was your approach towards talking to girls while getting money and staying busy?
All right.
What will you tell them? Specifically, what was your mindset?
So here's the thing that a lot of guys struggle with when they're trying to really go after their goals and really accomplish big things and make a bunch of money. You know, the irony is the reason a lot of guys want to make money is because of women. But women is the reason why a lot of guys can't make a lot of money. You know, it's really difficult, you know, even when you get money too, right? Because to really make a lot of money, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of time. And a lot of women won't want to be with a man who's that focused on his purpose, right? The truth is, I think a lot of women would be a lot happier with a regular guy who just worked 9 to 5 and came home and fucking watched Netflix with her and did all that other shit, right? But when you're really trying to go after, especially when you're in the building phase and you got to work extra hard. You know, when you're trying to come out of poverty like I did, or when you're trying to really just make it, so much effort and time goes into it. It's very difficult to maintain a relationship under those circumstances. It's difficult to have casual sex partners under those circumstances. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Because you still got to talk to these people, right? In some capacity, and someone could say, "Oh man, I'm just going out," and think about the average player, you know, right? Think how much time he spends messaging his, what they call them, when somebody's fucking up on roster. He's messaging these hoes and he's going out with them and doing shit with them throughout the day. Imagine if all that energy went into getting money, right? You think he would get to his goal faster? Of course. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's a distraction and it slows you down. And then even once you get the money, right, it's going to be difficult to find a girl who's down with you working that hard, right? They say they want a baller, and they do, but the truth is they want a dude who's balling and still spends all his time with her. You know what I'm saying? And they would honestly probably be happier with a regular dude. Because there's not that many ballers, right? The average American has less than $1,000 in the bank account. That's a real stat, right? So it's not that many ballers. So her friends are probably with regular dudes, right? And those regular dudes have a lot more time. So they see her friend. So she sees her friends spending all their time doing shit with a regular dude. But her baller dude, he's out here hustling. He's managing his employees. He's moving and shaking. He's doing shit. And a lot of times women can get FOMO under those circumstances, right? They'll be like, oh man, or they can get bored. And maybe they're fucking bored, right? And it's not necessarily their fault because they didn't know that that's what they signed up for, right? You know, you got to experience it to really find out. So I would say it's just difficult in general. I remember there was this one point in my life where I was actively looking for some sort of substance or drug that would decrease my libido. I felt like, man, if I could just be asexual and I was attracted to no one, I'd make so much more money. and I was actually certain. I was talking to doctors. What's the safest way to crush my libido? And I couldn't find out anything that wouldn't actually fuck up my gains as well. That's where masturbation comes in. Because you can do that and get back to work. Right? All these guys talking about no fap and like, yeah, that's good if you're trying to fuck a lot of hoes, right? Because you're going to be extra horny. You can go out, you'll be kind of aggressive with it, right? But I think masturbation is a cheat code. Because, right? Hear me out. You need to focus on your business, but women are distracting you. But if you beat off instead of messaging those girls or going out on a date, then you can get more work done and get more money. I think the guy who's masturbating has a strategic advantage. It's not just me saying this. If you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, you know that episode where he said, how many times you masturbate a day? He said, how many times you masturbate? Oh, a few times a week. He said, those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up. I was watching that shit like, yeah. And I know the Wolf of Wall Street. We've hung out. I went, you know what I'm saying? I've been mentored by him in sales, right? And I asked him, was that true? He's like, yeah, it's true. You say, I didn't do it like that, you know? But man, listen. There's another part of it. Bitches will fuck your whole shit up, man. These people are mental terrorists. They will fuck your whole shit up. They are mental terrorists, right? Because they know they can't fight you. So they'll terrorize your brain. You know, if you let them, you can't negotiate with terrorists. You can't negotiate with terrorists. That's what we don't negotiate with terrorists in America. Right? I don't know. They'll fuck your whole shit up. The best route to making more money, and I get fucking clowned mercilessly every time I'm on Fresh and Fit and I say this, this is easier said than done. But to find a girl who's down with you working hard, a good girl, and be with her, fuck all this exercising your option shit, because that's time, man. Like, how you gonna fucking how you gonna make more money than me and you got a roster of hoes to keep happy, right? I only got to keep one girl happy. You got to keep 7 girls happy. Who you think is gonna make more money? Who's got more time, right? And before you write in the comments arguing with me, you do not have more money than me, man. I'm fucking balling out here, bro. I digress. The best route is to find a girl who's down with your mission, right? Now you still got to spend some time with her. You still got to devote time with her. Put in your calendar, you gotta have to put it in your calendar, schedule it, right? And make sure that you attentive to her and her needs, right? And then that is going to allow you to work so much harder because you ain't out here messaging hoes, going out on dates with hoes, right? And or masturbate. I'm telling you, man, because you this whole being a player shit, that whole Iron Man shit, Playboy shit, baller, it's a myth, bro. It's a myth. A lot of these guys who you see with the Lambos and shit, yo, fucking Lambo, you can lease a Lambo for like $3,000 a month. That ain't no real fucking money, man. That ain't no, and you can fake that shit. $3,000 a month is fucking nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can lease that shit for that much. You can right now, right? So you see these motherfuckers, these Lambos, and they out here fucking bitches and shit. They not balling. They might have some money, but they not balling, or at least they're definitely not balling at the potential they can ball at. They're not balling like me. No fucking way. And I know these guys. I know them. The exceptions are guys who make money off women, right? I had a friend who ran one of the number one dating companies of in the world at one time, right? Real Social Dynamics, and yeah, they were making some money and they were fucking a lot of bitches, but that was their job, right? You know what I'm saying? Or when I was with Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate's brother, he told me, listen, I have to have sex with like 3 or 4 girls a day because they're working for me. I got to keep them happy. It's part of the job. I don't even want to do it. I just have to, right? But so he made money doing it, right? If fucking bitches is not a job requirement, it's not part of your business model, then you're not going to make no more money than me doing this shit, right? Get you got 2 options. One, you can masturbate frequently and then focus on your money. That's how you're going to make the most money, I'm going to be honest with you. Number 2, second option is to get a girlfriend. Don't cheat on her, right? Stay with just her and focus all your other time on money, man. You're gonna fucking ball out here. I'm telling you. I know all the red pill guys are gonna fucking clown me for that shit, but I'm just telling you the truth. Ain't none of these red pill motherfuckers got more money than me. None of them. None of them. Except for maybe Andrew Tate and them, right? Well, outside of him, none of these motherfuckers telling you to exercise your options got more money than me. I promise you that. Get money.
We got Kevin. Been itching for that Ballers Mindset course. Update.
Oh, yeah. Yo, man, top of the year. Stay tuned. It's coming. Baller Mindset course. Stay tuned. That's not a video.
We have Blue. These Victory Talk combos are worth 7 figures.
Come on, man.
What's your input on meditation? Is there a type you do?
I got a whole video on meditation.
Again, I can link that.
My man's going to link it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole video on meditation.
Yeah, I'm going to take a note of that.
And real shit, I'm going to link it. But also there's a book called The Best Book on Meditation. There's 2 really good books on meditation. I think the best one is Stress Less, Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher. And then there's another one that's really good. It's not as good, but it's good. It's called 10% Happier by Dan Harris. Not Sam Harris, Dan Harris. And they're not related, but they're both meditation guys, which is weird. But Dan Harris, he has a good book. Sam Harris's books are hard to read. And I'm someone who's well read, and I just found, okay, this is a hard read. Because, yeah, it's just a hard read.
We got Big T.
Big T, what up? We're dropping
What are your
euros.
thoughts on the New Year B phrase?
I don't know what that means.
I was hoping you did.
Yo, man. That's a lot. I'm going to have to process that for a minute, Big T. I'm going to get back to you, man. You heard me? Oh, wait, real quick. We got to shut this. Hold on. Should we do Baller of the Year? Real quick? Nah, next year? Next
We
week?
still got more super chats.
All right, let's give us a super chats because motherfuckers was giving us money.
I'll take a picture of the Big T question. All right, we got some shout outs from Jay. Just a thank you. Needed to hear all of this. Thanks.
Word.
We got Real Bobby.
Real Bobby back at it every week. Real Bobby Trauma.
W Show. And then we got Alpha again.
Hold on.
Thanks a lot.
You know who Real Bobby look like?
Who he look like?
Yeah, he looks like this motherfucker, man. Hold on, let me find it. Right? Maybe it is. Is that a picture of this motherfucker, or is this a real? Yo, look, show my laptop. He looks like this dude Riff Rat. Yo, come on, man. Is that him? Is that a picture of him, or is that Real Bobby Trauma? I don't know. Anyway, shout out to you, Real Bobby Trauma. I fucks with you, man.
We got Alpha. Thanks a lot for taking the time to answer my question. Sounds like I need more courage and more discipline in my life.
Yeah.
Also, free the Tates.
Yeah. All of that. All of that. Was that the last one?
That's all for today.
All right, cool. Ball of the year?
I mean, I can do it.
No.
No.
No, it's real quick. Ball of the year. I mean,
It's 9:13. Your alarm went off twice in your office.
oh yeah, you're right.
Nima got to get home.
I got a French class.
Oh shit, man, come on, man. We all speaking
I'm kidding.
languages.
But
All
you can do
ball
it
of the
in-
year next week.
Oh, yeah,
Next
we
week,
can
ball
do
of
it in
the
the
year.
beginning if you want.
We're gonna start with baller of the year. All right, y'all. Yo, this has been Victory Talk. Like the video. We fucks with y'all. I fucks with y'all. Let's get it. Peace.